Welcome back to Afternoon Live. There is a live look outside from the Oregon coast. Not much to see through all that fog today. That's our In It Spanish Head Resort Hotel camera there. Thanks so much for watching Afternoon Live. Our next guest says that New Year's resolutions tend to fizzle out, not because people are lazy, but because their mindset is built on a faulty foundation. Here to explain, we welcome back the author of Build Your Village, Florence Ann Romano. It is so nice to see you. Happy New Year, my friend.
Hi, Happy New Year to you. 2026, here we go. We made it.
We're here. Well, and this whole thing about resolutions, is it kind of overrated?
You know, I don't like the word resolution. I have to say, I keep saying this over and over again to my friends. I like the word realization. I think that that is a little bit better, maybe the word reflection. And as you think about resolutions, the reason why I think people get caught up in the negativity of it is New Year's resolution often is associated with shame. You also think to yourself all the time, what did I do wrong in this past year instead of what did I do right? And because that's where our mind automatically goes, we're kind of having to retrain ourselves a bit, rewire our brains to think about New Year's resolutions in a reimagined way.
Yeah, it's kind of coming from a really negative framework when you think about it that way. And I think a lot of us struggle with this. I've been here before, this all or nothing thinking. I've got to be
Right.
perfect or else it's a total failure.
Well, we're not supposed to be these perfect human beings, and we're not supposed to all change on January 1st. That's just not how the world works, and it's not how our systems are set up as human beings. And lasting growth really happens slowly and gently over time. And it's easy again to get caught up in the failure of it all. You know, we talk about the F word here sometimes, and I always say that the other F word is failure, and that is such a big piece of New Year's resolutions too. And so it's not all or nothing. It is figuring out what is manageable, what is accessible to you. You can also challenge yourself with these things, but also set yourself up for that success.
And what about the inner work that sometimes we might be skipping over if we have such a specific goal in mind that, yeah, there might be something deeper happening that we're not acknowledging?
Well, we go straight to appearances. We go straight to I'm going to lose those 10 pounds, and that's always what I hear all the time. And and what you want to do is kind of reorganize your thinking there. What does hitting your goals look like, without forgetting that you're supposed to explore the emotional truth underneath it? Because what we're looking to do here in New Year's resolutions is figuring out how to make habits stick. And in order to do that, your heart has to be aligned. You hear me say often that you have to know thyself. And in order to do this work, you are going to have to be comfortable with being maybe a little uncomfortable, being comfortable with being vulnerable and being honest. So, those are the things you can't avoid when you're looking to redefine New Year's resolutions. But what you're going to do in terms of the vetting process or that evaluation, that's what I really want you to lean into.
Well, and in terms of knowing yourself and your world, the context of what's going on in your life really matters, and that can help you kind of figure out changes that you might be striving towards.
Well, we have to think about the last year that we just lived and, what were our pain points? What were our victories? And can we make choices from a place of wisdom and not pressure? And so, with all that to say, it's really about trying to reflect and not necessarily resolve anything just yet. You have to do all of this with intention.
You've got some questions we can ask ourselves to reflect, like what worked this year and calling that out. I mean, that's such a more positive perspective.
I like that that's the first question too, because you're setting yourself up for a positive funnel here. It's not looking back and think, okay, what did I fail at or what didn't work? It's what worked and naming that so that now that energy that you're entering into with this reflection is already going to be seen through, again, that lens of positivity versus shame.
And then the opposite, what drained you, and then you can let that one go.
Well, releasing that is important. I also think about, what drained you and also who drained you. You're coming off the holiday season, so I'm sure something drained you, whether it was your kids or your in laws or an annoying cousin. I don't know, but it could be anything that possibly could be annoying you. And I also like to think about releasing that drain is also forgiveness. That's another way of looking at it, too. What does forgiveness look like in your life?
One more before we go, 30 seconds here. Who supported you and appreciate them? That's so beautiful.
This is my favorite one. Think about the people that showed up for you in 2025 and go to them and thank them. Tell them eye to eye what they did. Cite the thing that stood out to you, the circumstances, the words that they used. Write them a card. Whatever you do, show them the gratitude. And if that's the only thing you do in 2026, then you can say check.
So worthwhile for you and whoever that other wonderful person is. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always so fun to talk to you.
Thank you. You too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Florence Ann's book again is Build Your Village. We'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.